beautiful person. So happy to be with you again today. And it's 2020. Happy New Year. Yay! Anyway, excuse me. Had a bit of a respiratory thing going on. So forgive me if I start coughing in the middle. Just grab some water. So it's January. It's the first. Was it today? January 8th. So it's still in the beginning. And here's a question for you. Do you know where your resolutions are? Hey, Susan and Morris, hello, nice to see you. It's, it's been over a week of January, and a lot of people have already forgotten what it was that they wanted to do to improve their lives in 2020. But not us. We know what we want, and we know what we need to do. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, about why it's so important to stick to a low-carb, high-fat, moderate protein lifestyle, especially in 2020. If you're like me and you were born in the 60s, then you definitely need to have this kind of lifestyle. And if you're older than me, even more so. So here's the thing. When we were growing up, and especially I remember in the 90s, it was a thing. Fat was the enemy. Fat was the devil. Fat would make you fat. Fat would kill you, would slob up your arteries, and you were going to die if you ate fat. I would actually belong to something called the fat-free mailing list, where we used to substitute things like apple juice and not apple juice, applesauce in baking and stuff like that. And oh my God, the sugar. Looking back, I'm like, I don't know how we survived the 90s, but and I grew up on margarine, heaven help me. My mother was a wonderful woman. She thought she was doing the best she could by us. But no margarine in my house. But that's a whole different rant. But if you are a woman, especially as you get older, you're going to notice that your hormones are changing. Hormones are a thing. Let me tell you, if you remember being a teenager, or if you have a teenager in your house, then you know, of either gender, then you know that hormones are a thing. Oh my goodness. And my daughter, I was almost 41, and I remember when she was born, I remember lying there with her and going like, okay, we're going to go through menopause and puberty at the same time. Guess what? We did, and we still love each other, so it's all good. But hormones are what determine just about everything that happens in our body. And it's not just our sex hormones, although they're very important, obviously. And they're the ones that really decline as you get older in both men and women. But even like your thyroid hormone that regulates so many things in your body, your adrenaline, your cortisol, like everything is made of fat. Did you know that? Did you know that all hormones are actually created from fat? If you don't eat enough fat, you're going to have serious hormonal issues. In fact, there's this thing called, female athlete triad. You know, when female athletes, they get their body fat so low that they stop menstruating. They have other hormonal problems too, because if you don't have enough fat in your body, you will have hormonal problems. So best way to get fat in your body, and you're going to be going, low body fat is not my problem. I understand that, but you still need to eat healthy fats, because so many of the fats that we ingest today are damaged. You know, if you get fries from a fast food place, the oil has been used and reused, and thank God they've got regulations on that, so it's not quite as bad as it might have been, but it's deep fried, high temperature cooked fat, and it's been damaged by the heat. Or if you're eating, thank goodness, again, we don't have as many trans fats in our food as we used to. There was a while that everything had trans fats in it, which is really bad for you. So damaged fats, unnatural fats, excuse me, they actually cause more harm than good in your body because of this thing called free radicals. They get damaged. You get oxidative stress in your body. I know I'm throwing a lot of words at you. All sorts of bad things that happen if you don't get enough healthy fats in your body. So what do I mean by healthy fats? Coconut oil, avocado, good quality olive oil, good quality avocado oil, things like that. And then, of course, if you can tolerate eggs and dairy, those are also really excellent sources of healthy fats. And once upon a time, we were told, oh no, don't eat eggs, your cholesterol. You know what? If you don't have enough cholesterol in your body, and the majority of the cholesterol in your body is created by your liver, it doesn't come from your diet, you are going to have so many problems. So there's the good cholesterol, the bad cholesterol. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on the internet. So I'm not going to talk about that. But I'm just not qualified to talk about that. Talk to your nutritionist. Okay, find a good holistic nutritionist. And if you need one, drop me a message, because I have an amazing one who has brought me back from an autoimmune disease to a really, really amazing lifestyle where I am no longer looking for bathrooms everywhere. She's amazing. So if you need a good holistic nutritionist, let me know. I got one. So that's the high fat. What about the low carb? Here's the thing. We all eat too much sugar. Even if we think we don't, we still do, because if you eat any sort of processed food, you are ingesting too much sugar. It's so annoying. You think you're going to be so good. They hide it. They give it all sorts of sneaky names. And hey, Jennifer. And everything has too much sugar in it. So when even if we're not diabetic, and an amazing number of people do become pre-diabetic as they get older, because the constant assault with sugar, like your insulin spikes and then it goes down and then it goes up and then it goes down, and at some point your body is just like, I'm good, and you develop insulin resistance, and at some point you just cannot handle the amount of sugar that is being thrown at you, and you're diabetic. It's not fun. So thank God I'm not diabetic, but my mother was. It actually killed her at the age of 69, and my sister is diabetic, and so I know it's in my genes. So I'm really working really hard on this. So high fat, low carb, cut back on all the simple carbohydrates definitely are going to break down into glucose in your body. And even the complex ones, go easy on them. They still break down to sugar in your body. And then the third thing is moderate protein. We need protein. You can't build muscles without protein. And let me tell you, the older you get, the more important it becomes to build muscles, to move your body, to eat good protein, good quality protein. Don't skimp on your protein, but don't eat too much of it, because if you eat so much protein that your body can't turn it into muscle, guess what it breaks it down to? Glucose. Yay, more sugar. So anyway, that was a lot of terms that I threw at you. I do have it written down if you would like to learn more about why it's so important in this year that we're all determined to have clarity of vision and improve our health and really become whom we want to be. I've been hammering on this whole thing about identity lately. If you want your identity to be of someone who takes exquisite and immaculate care of their body and wants to be there for their grandchildren in the future, or whether you have grandchildren now, you want to be that healthy and vital grandparent, and you want to travel, and you want to do all the things. You don't want to be locked down by the chains of your body that doesn't function very well. Trust me, I have seen it, and I am going to fight it to my last breath. And I want you to fight it till your last breath. We deserve a good life, a vital life, active and healthy. So a really important way of dealing with that is to ensure that what we bring into our mouths is the best quality food. And I'm not talking about being skinny. Nobody needs to be skinny. What you need to be is healthy and to be aware of what you're doing. So that's my story for tonight. If you'd like more information about the whys and hows of this low carb, high fat, moderate protein lifestyle that I'm recommending, then drop me a message. I'll be happy to send you some information on that. So have a great day, great evening. Remember, I love you. Oh, if you're local to me, I'm having an event on Sunday. It's called Sweat and Sample. My friend Lori Barkman, she's a personal trainer. She's planned this fun workout. Apparently it has to do with rubber chickens. I have no idea. But if you're local to me, come on by. We'll have some fun. It's at Serratus Movement Center. We'll have some fun. We'll sample some products. We'll have a chat about healthy lifestyle. So have a great evening. Remember, I love you. Talk to you again soon.